What's up, everyone? Mr. Anime Random here with another episode of the Random Anime Podcast. And today, my crew and I are going to talk about anime merchandise. Figured change it up a little bit, talk about some fun and interesting stuff that we have and some stories we have with those specific items. And today, I have in my crew James,
Hey,
Brett,
Howdy ho.
and Chris.
coronavirus represent.
And Star.
Hello.
So, we're going to be talking about anime merchandise. I figured we'll jump right into the main thing about anime merchandise, which is do you guys, and I'll ask one of you and then just go to all of the rest of you guys. If you had the money, let's say money is no objection whatsoever, do you buy legitimate stuff, like you make sure it's licensed and everything else, or do you just, oh, I like that poster, or oh, I like that figurine, or whatever, and you just buy it? So I'll start with you. I'll start with you, Brett.
Honestly, as long as it's cool, I don't care. Like if it's fan art, I'ma buy it. But I will buy the official stuff. If I really like the anime enough, I'ma buy the official stuff just to support it.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
Oh, for sure. If it's something I love and it's official and it's licensed, just like Brett, I'm gonna buy for support. I'm gonna buy for love, and usually the quality um, ends up being better. They go through more scrutinous processing, but that doesn't mean that I'm opposed to knockoff or bootleg. Let's say the license holder doesn't pursue merchandising, and it's something really awesome, and somebody else decides to do that. I'm gonna support them too. Fan art. Or even just fan merchandise, or even just like a coffee mug that someone made on the internet that happens to be really dope. I'm with it. Like any
Sure.
love for anime, like I'm there. In fact, like it's not anime, but two of my favorite shirts of all time, which I still have from 1995,
Go ahead.
were one is of the Punisher and one
Okay.
is of Venom. And these
Okay.
these are like summer shirts, but Marvel never made them and never went through. But they are fire, and I take so
Uh,
good care.
I'm sure. now, now, James, how do you feel about all this?
Uh, yeah, I would definitely go for the real stuff, the actual licensed stuff. If money was no object. But yeah, honestly, if it is cool, like Chris, I buy stuff that's cool. Even if it's not licensed, because sometimes you see like these designs that like the licensed companies could never actually get out there, or I don't know, certain things might not be
It's
able to be licensed. So it's like if I can find something that's unlicensed, I will support another artist. Like
okay.
so
So,
depends.
so Star, I'm gonna kind of branch off this question a little bit more. So for you, everybody else pretty much mentioned, fan art and stuff like that. So let's get rid of that for a moment. We'll take that out of the picture. All right. Do you think that it's hurting the overall business, the economy, when somebody creates something that was never officially licensed and then sells it, and that's kind of the reason why these companies either price things so high, to get the licensing, or they just don't release it because if all these knockoffs come out and kind of rip off their product, then they're like, what's the use?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay.
I kind of look at it as third party advertising, like free advertisement. Because think of it this way: if a third party company is creating a popularized character, we'll say like Asuna,
Okay.
and they're making their own type of molds for it and they're selling it. Well, for people who have never actually seen the anime, it could be like, wow, this figure looks really cool, where's she from? And then they'll actually go to the licensed place and watch the anime, look into more of like the licensed stuff, the licensed merchandise like t-shirts, body pillows, cosplay, stuff like that. So
Sure.
in retrospect, they're kind of doing these other businesses a favor by getting the word out, or the image out, I should say, to help the actual licensed companies.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. Now, I myself have purchased, been gifted, and traded for a bunch of different anime related merchandise. And, from my wall scrolls to I have a few uh, kind of area rugs that are anime related, and some figurines and pop toys and a whole bunch of other different things. And one thing that helps me get a whole bunch of, the anime merchandise is all these anime subscription box services where once a month they'll give you, anime related stuff. Some of these companies, because I've reviewed and looked at a lot of them, are using and getting legitimate stuff, and of course, either you're getting less in your box, less in the box, or it's more price for the box, or you're getting all these kind of knockoff different things. So I'm wondering if you guys have gotten any of those anime subscription boxes before, and what you guys think. I'll start with Chris.
I have not done any kind of like mystery box merchandise.
Okay.
I've seen them. I've seen plenty of them. In fact, my brother used to get um, the loot crates and stuff. Not
Okay.
necessarily anime theme always, but sometimes it was. Personally, for me, there was no value in it.
Okay.
I do like a lot of the stuff that comes in there,
Sure.
but I'm the kind of guy where if I want something, I just go get it, and I go get it direct, and I go get it straight, or I go hunt like on Etsy. I
Okay.
tend to really support Etsy fan love because you will get some nice, unique merch, especially if it's something that doesn't have its own merchandising yet.
And of course, and I'll stem off of you on that with Etsy. I think that not only is it cool to get unique things, whatever they are, whether it's, a crocheted whatever, or if it's somebody made like a figurine or whatever it is, but it's something that you look and you're like, I wasn't thinking I needed that or wanted that, but that's actually pretty cool. I'll go ahead and I'll cop one. I'm sure you've been the same way, right, Chris?
Oh, of course, most definitely.
Yeah.
90% of my anime merch that I have has all been
From
just I've
Etsy,
seen it on the fly,
right?
uh, even on Etsy or at a store or whatever, and it's never been anything that it's almost never been anything that I sought after. Like I didn't go on the internet and say I'm in the mood for big O merchandise. Let me see what's out there. It's almost that's very rare that I do that. It's usually more of a situation of I'm on Etsy or I'm at a store or something or I'm at an expo or a convention and something catches my eye and then I'm like, oh, I need that.
At Star, where do you source? Would you say the majority of your merchandise, whether it's from Amazon or eBay, or if you have a shop that's nearby, or where do you tend to get either the majority of your stuff or a decent amount of your merchandise?
There's actually a few websites that I go to that actually they're third party companies, but they actually have rights from like Toei and Bandai to actually
Okay.
create some of their figures. So I kind of buy from there. There's also a this really really big huge collector shop that I go to
Okay.
where they have a ton of stuff and they have like the best deals. So like if you're a member there, I kind of get a discount kind of thing.
I gotcha. You've been there enough times where the membership definitely helps you out.
Look, I walk in and they know me my name, so
Oh my gosh. No, that's fine. Hey, I'm in a similar boat where there's a few shops I've gone into often and they know me like right away. I don't even have to walk in the door, and they're like, "Oh, here comes Kevin again." So, uh, James, how about you? Where do you normally get any type of anime merch from? James,
I think he's out.
how about you, Brett?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Yo.
there he is.
Yeah, I thought my acting up. Amazon. Usually Amazon or like Chris, maybe kind of gut reaction. Oh man, I'm never gonna see that again. Then I'll buy it and I'll go, oh man, I got this cool thing or whatever it is, and I'll see it somewhere else later on, and I'll go, oh shit, what did I
Yeah.
buy? But yeah, it's usually like gut reaction stuff that part of me always kind of like regrets later, but at the same time is like, man, it still looks really cool in my room, so I'm not upset about it. Yeah.
And with you, Brett, do you have certain anime merch that you've gotten a lot more from either purchasing, or were they gifts, or how do you tend to get, any of your anime merch? Is it
Most
once?
where I buy it is from anime conventions I go to, and I go to a
Okay.
lot of them with friends.
Okay.
The most of the time when I buy stuff, it's gonna be fan art, but I do have a lot of official stuff that I've bought from this store called FYE or FYE for your entertainment. They have
Right.
a lot of stuff.
I've gone there plenty of times before too, and picked up
I
a
buy.
bunch of stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I buy from there usually. I've gotten the most from them when they were going out of business at my local mall. I went there and bought like this huge stack of anime. Like I'm talking, it was ridiculous for like $50, and it was should have been like well over $300.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh, I've done
I
that
didn't
too.
know how it goes.
Well, so stemming off of that, Star, I'm gonna ask you another question. The anime community as a whole, whether you're talking about the physical merchandise or the digital things like the obviously the anime and all of the other things within the whole anime universe, there's a lot out there. Now, do you feel that there's different types of collectors? And I'm going to kind of elaborate a little bit on this. So, for me, the only pop toys that I collect are anime related ones because I like them and I don't have every single last one. So I'm not collecting them because of being a completionist or trying to like, oh, I'm gonna resell them or anything like that. It's because one, I like anime, and two, the certain pop toys I get, I think are cool. So do you kind of fall under that category, or do you collect them because spur of the moment, or like what kind of drives you to collect certain memorabilia, certain types of anime related merch?
Well, to me, it's more like if there's an anime that I really like, I will try to collect everything that's in that anime. So whether it be figures, statues, watches, posters, dolls, paintings, plushies, I'll get it. Like I'll use my Sailor Moon collection as an example.
I was gonna say, I was gonna call you out for Sailor Moon. I was gonna say I bet you I could name some item Sailor Moon related, and you have it.
Yeah, yeah. If you name it, I guarantee you that I probably have it in some Sailor Moon form. I have so much Sailor Moon stuff. I even have a wedding cake topper. I know that's weird.
That does
Um,
not surprise me, though. That does not surprise me.
But like I have, for example, I really like Sailor Moon, so like I'm gonna collect everything Sailor Moon. But there are different collectors out there that are like, I just want to collect the figures of this anime, and they'll just
Right.
collect the figures, or they'll
Right.
be like sticker collectors, and they just want the stickers. There's actually and I
Go
feel
ahead.
ashamed to say this, but I
Go ahead.
bought it.
Say it.
There's stamp collectors, and I actually have a Sailor Moon stamp.
Of course you do.
Those exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee you're gonna ask Star about Sailor Moon. Come on now. Like, let's be real. Now, all right, Star. So, for somebody who's collected a whole bunch of different things, right? Do you ever feel that there's certain things that you could go ahead and leave out of your collection? Like something comes out, let's say it's something that comes out Sailor Moon related, and you're like, I have things very similar to, do I really need that? For instance, I'll give you some examples on this. If let's say they made a very special figurine that was, licensed everything else, and it's whatever height, like let's say it's a 2-inch figure, and it's a real model, so it's not a specific kind of design, and then they just make it like one pose versus another pose versus another, so they're just kind of posing the character differently. There's no costume change, there's no design change or anything like that. Do you have to like collect all the poses of the figurine, or are you like, I got the one. Now if it was a different costume or if it was a different whatever, then all right, I'll collect the different versions of it. But I've seen people where they start collecting where it's like, all right, the character just, they lifted up their fists and now they just put their fists, more closer to their face, and it's like, it's two different characters.
The only reason I'm going to say yes is because it's not so much about the figure being in a different pose as much as what the serial number that's on it is worth. So I'll give an example. I collect Sonico figures too.
Okay.
And in the fairy tale collection for Sonico, there's the Queen of Hearts figure
Mm-hmm.
where it's the same pose, it's the same outfit. The only difference is the color. So one she's wearing red and the other one she's wearing blue.
Right.
Now again, it's the same exact outfit, they just changed the color. But the difference between the two is one is more rare than the other. So the red one is actually a lot more common versus the blue one, which they only made factory made so many. So that's the only reason why I have both.
Well, but I mean that's a change. That's kind of like here's kind of another example I'll give you. Let's say we're talking about a nice DVD set or a nice Blu-ray set, whatever is your flight of fancy, right? And you know that each DVD set or Blu-ray, whatever set, has the complete every single last episode of a specific show. There is almost no difference except for maybe like the box art and maybe a few minor things. Do you have to collect all those versions? Or are you like, I'm just spending however many, tens of dollars or even hundreds of dollars on these two sets when they're practically the same thing? I'm getting the same kind of content or very, very almost completely overlapping, you know.
So are you referring to like, because I know Disney did this a couple times with the Little Mermaid, where they did like the diamond edition of Little Mermaid, and then there was like a silver edition.
Uh,
I remember that.
so similar
Do
to
you
that,
remember?
yes,
Yeah.
where now, so like if one, let's say one DVD set was just all of the episodes of an anime, complete box set. You don't have to worry about any other box sets. You have all of the episodes within the discs, right? And you have the certain art on both the discs as well as the box. it's a nice little package and things, and then they go ahead and they have like a remastered version. So to make the audio a little bit better, to make the video quality better, maybe they dress up the box, make it a different kind of box art, and maybe they add some, extra content, maybe like a blooper section, or maybe like I don't know, like a director cut kind of thing or something like that. Now that I can understand being different because now you're getting a lot more content, but I've noticed that they'll just like revamp it. They'll be like, all right, we're just gonna slap a new sticker on the box set and we're gonna call it something brand new when it's really not adding much of anything extra. And people are buying up, 5 different versions of the same thing. I'm like, you could have spent, X number of dollars on, 4 different other sets instead of just buying 5 of pretty much the same exact content.
Well, now then, at that point, all depends on what type of collector you are.
Okay.
If you're not like a serious collector, then no, then those types of things wouldn't really matter to you, and you would just kind of want to stick with what you already have. But like me, when it comes, I'm bringing Sailor Moon into this
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
If it was a Sailor Moon thing, because I've done this, I'll use Sailor Moon Crystal as an example. Obviously they came out with the first season. It was on Blu-ray. It
Right.
came in, it's just a regular casing. And then they had the special edition. Well, it had like pictures and like an art book that came with it and some stickers. And I was like, you know what? I already have this, but I don't care because I want the extra stuff. Because at
Right.
the end of the day, it's still adding monetary value for what I
Sure.
currently have. So as a collector myself, I don't just pay attention to what I'm collecting. I'm paying attention that if, let's say, for example, I have kids in the future and my stuff happens to be more than it's worth now. Like, I don't know if any of you remember Cabbage Patch Kids, but those toys sell for thousands of dollars now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And some stuff will go up in value, some stuff will either remain the same or it could tank.
Right. But
It's
like, those small changes to like a DVD pack can actually impact what type of edition that is.
right. So now I'm gonna bounce this off to you, Chris, now.
Mm.
Do you get something just because of the uniqueness of it? Are you that kind of collector, or would you consider yourself more of a investment collector? Means you like the stuff, you are interested, you know your stuff about whatever that is, but you also look at it as, if I need the money, I'll sell it, and I know it was like an investment kind of thing.
Um, I don't think I ever buy anything with the intent to ever sell it
Okay.
one day. I'm not opposed to the idea. I do like thinking, like wondering just how rare something I have is going to be one day, and then
Sure.
just knowing I'm the one that has it versus like 5 other people on the planet. That's a really cool feeling. Um, but I'm not really looking for like resale value. But connected to what you were just talking about, I have bought, especially with like DVD and Blu-ray releases, definitely when there's changes of any type, additional content, or even changes to the casing, the way it's holding the disc. Like
Right.
if it's got smarter packaging that's not going to scratch up your discs over time, I'm going to invest and get that. Most likely, I won't even open that one, and I'll keep the older, or I'll keep like the cheaper one, like the throwaway one, and that's the one that I'll actually watch over and over, like over time.
So
And then I'll
that's
keep the
that's
better one as like a backup.
right. So the one that's like the cheaper is like your use and abuse kind of one, and then the other one is like your keep nice and pretty, and then that's like the backup, right? I get
Right.
you.
And I'll still open those if need to one day, but like if you looked on my shelves, you would see multiple copies of certain things like Star mentioned Sailor Moon, for example. A lot of them I have like the limited edition one never opened, and then I have the standard edition as well, which is what I open to actually watch.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'll never open the limited ones. It's just that's my fail safe, like as a backup if something happens to the other discs.
Now
I
now
still fight you Animerica Sailor Moon magazine, by the way.
Uh, now, I'm gonna go over to you, Brett.
Okay.
If let's say again, and I'm just saying this just to get rid of the ambiguity of it. Let's say you had, pretty much all the money in the world. I've seen some collectors where they will buy multiple of an item, like a single, the same exact thing item. So that way they have one they could play with, one they can idolize, just put on a shelf or wherever, and then one they kind of store away. Would you consider yourself or put yourself into that kind of category if that was the case? Or would you be just kind of a casual collector, or would you consider yourself to be somebody who's kind of in between all of that?
With unlimited resources, I would definitely do that. Like, I'm standing right next to my gaming shelf right now, and I have duplicates of games that really matter to me. Like, I want to hold on to for the future.
Sure.
So, and I would definitely do the same for anime, because I want to hold on to those for have one that like you were saying earlier, that you can use constantly. Like, I can't tell you how many times I put Love, Chinevio, and Other Delusions, the movie, into my box. It's probably already getting a little worn. So I would definitely have a second copy just to hold on to for future use if I have kids or something like that.
And James, to finish off this question, if we're relatively within all the same age, off by a few years, but for the most part, we grew up with very similar things.
Yeah.
And we've seen and learned what collections have been, just like with Star mentioned in the Cabbage Patch toys and whatnot. And of course, with Pokemon, some of the original Pokemon being worth lots and lots of money, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all these other collectible things. Do you have that in the back of your head as maybe I should consider, like, holding on to some of this stuff as a possible monetary stowaway, or do you just kind of, you don't really look at that and you just kind of be more of that casual collector?
Well, I mean, I'm always like thinking about the future, and maybe there will be a time where I'll be able I'm not gonna get rid of anything that I have. Like, I have lots of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I have lots of stuff like that, and might not be worth anything right now, but I'm obviously not gonna get rid of any of it. If I can help it, I'm not gonna get rid of anything that I have. Any of my cool like anime stuff or video games or whatever. So I mean, I'm always thinking about the future, and right now it might just be casual, but I'm not gonna get rid of anything. I'm not gonna rule it out one day.
All right, fair enough. Now, I'm going to finish off this topic by going to each one of you and asking maybe one or two, which I know it's going to be very difficult, of like some of your favorite items that you currently have. So I'll start with you, Chris. You have any particular items, anime related, that you have that kind of like your favorite?
Honestly, I have, and I don't even know why I love it so much. I have it's pretty big too. I think it's like 2 feet tall. It is a Red Ribbon Army like mech with Android. I think he's 17.
Okay.
The dark-haired one.
Yep, that's 17.
Yeah, and it's like just really cool because it's like old and it was pretty, like nothing crazy noteworthy. So it just fell off the radar.
Right.
And I haven't seen it around anywhere when I look for it online, like for other people talking about it and stuff. And I still have it in the box. And it's just really cool because this is like original Dragon Ball merch from like the early 90s. So it's really cool for that. Other than that,
That is rad.
my favorites are actually kind of boring. They're my coffee mugs.
Hey, listen, coffee mugs are pretty sweet. I gotta
Right,
say,
because I religiously am drinking something out of a mug, so it always feels great to pull out like my anime or my video game coffee mugs, and I don't know, just they always make me so happy,
And
and they
that's
get the most use.
and that's why I like the use and abuse kind of things.
Yeah,
Like I have my wall scrolls just to give some decoration to my room, but I have some items, some anime related items. Like I have a few anime keychains, right? I'm constantly using my keys. So it's not like
exactly.
the keychains themselves are being used, but they kind of are getting tagged along to, you know,
Yeah, you get to
use
look
as
at them as
right,
you're using, like
the
as you're
card
using your keys. You're constantly being exposed to that. It
right,
feels good.
the card keys, house keys, I constantly see those things. Same thing with, I have a few other items that I'm using on the daily, just like I will say I don't have like a coffee mug, which that would probably be my next thing because I do drink tea and coffee and all that other good stuff. So that'll be on my to get, but yeah, no, I could definitely relate to that, Chris.
As I'm googling
100%.
Yu Yu Hakusho coffee mugs.
Oh man, I want one. I want one so bad. Get it for my birthday.
Got you, bro.
August. August. It's my birthday. You got time. All right, Star. I'm gonna make you choose like two items.
Come back to me. I'm still thinking.
Okay, think of them. James, what about you?
Let me think. I would honestly have to say, I mean, the amount of anime stuff that I have isn't super high. It's mostly like anime related video games. So like I got like the Nino Kuni 2 special edition with like this
Okay.
like music box, So that's like
Okay.
it's like this little cool music box things. And then my other favorite thing is I pre-ordered the World Seeker One Piece World Seeker collector's edition, and it came with like gum gum fruit. So I just have
Okay.
like a pretty solid looking just gum gum fruit
All right.
in my house in my room. So I mean that's One Piece is like my favorite anime. So the fact that I just have a gum gum fruit is always great. I'm always really excited about that.
and the best part about this freaking Ebola virus is you'll be quarantined to have plenty of time to watch through the whole thing.
Yeah, I do have to go. I do have to continue watching, and yeah, I have to. Yeah.
What about you, Brett? You have any anime related stuff you really like?
See, I've been scavenging around my room this entire time looking for like my favorite stuff, and I'm sitting here debating because I just moved, so all my
Right.
stuff is still packed up. But I'm sitting here looking at my anime collection, and I was like, I got some good collector's editions in here, so I think I
Yeah.
gotta go with that. Like, I got the entire set of Love, Chinibyo, and Other Delusions. Like, I got every movie and episode, and then I have like Black Lagoon and the My Hero series and a couple fairy tale volumes, and then I got like the special editions of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I got the collector's metal tin box. I forgot what they're called.
Right.
And then I have some like Japanese import games, like the Fairy Tale DS game. I can't pronounce it; it's Japanese.
Okay.
And then I have like Soul Eater for the Wii, which is another Japanese import. Other than that, I have this little fluffy pop vinyl of Happy from Fairy Tale, and it's like fluffy. It's really weird.
Yeah, I need to get that. There's a lot of pop toys I need to get, but
My
I
understanding, it's a pretty hard one to find too.
I do have the Natsu one, and now I need to get Happy.
I want a giant Happy, like those giant pop vinyls you see at Target.
Yep.
I'm not a
I
fan of pop, but I want a giant Happy one like that.
I have the biggest pop toy I have is a Baymax pop.
That's so cool.
So
But
I definitely I want a Happy one, but I just haven't bought it. So Star, are you ready, or do you want me to go first and then I'll let you finish off?
Yeah, I'm still struggling.
Okay, all right. I'll go. I'll say some of my favorites. Give you enough time to think of something. Now, when I was
young boy.
talking to some of these different anime subscription boxes. You get stuff that you never thought that you wanted, and then once you got it, it was like, oh my god, that's really cool. So one of the things I got that is probably one of my favorite things is the Kill la Kill Volume 1 manga hardcover, and it's like this golden leaf cover, and it's a very beautiful edition.
Dang, freaking hardcovers of manga are awesome.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful. I think the retail value on it, at the time when the box actually first came out, that subscription box came out and people were just starting to sell it, I think that one was going for about $35
Jeez.
for that one. Now it's going for like, if you try to find it, it's like $75, $80, something like that.
That's not surprising.
Because it's a special edition. They didn't make it, out in, the stores for everybody to just go ahead and buy. I think they made it just specifically for that box.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty sweet. The other thing I have, actually I have, a few, so many different things. One thing I did was I wanted to get an anime backpack because I was like, whenever I'm going out somewhere, I want to have a backpack that I could just chuck some stuff in and, anime related because, anime. And so I got an Attack on Titan backpack, and then I put a whole bunch of pins, and then every patch that I have that's anime related, I put them on there, and then I put a whole bunch of different tags, like luggage tags on it, so it's covered from top to bottom in anime related stuff, just on the backpack everywhere. And as I get more items, I keep adding it to the backpack.
It just
So then
sounds
it's just,
like fun.
oh yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting project that I've continued to build upon. I have plenty of other things too. I have, like I said, I have a One Piece flag, which I know James would appreciate. I think you've seen that before.
Yeah.
And I've got posters and wall scrolls and figurines. I have pocket watches. I have a few different pocket watches. I have a pocket watch that's a representative of the Full Metal Alchemist pocket watch.
I've never actually seen that show.
It's very, very good. You need to watch it.
I have it on.
It's a terrible day for rain.
Yeah.
Uh,
But definitely interesting to have a mixture and plethora of items, and I'm sure that Star has a few different ones that she can go ahead and name.
I'm surprised she hasn't said she's got like some Sailor Moon leggings or something.
She does.
I
Yeah,
do.
she does.
I
There
do
you go.
have something like
So you know what?
I
Star,
I like it.
I think one day we're gonna go ahead and interview Star, and we're gonna try to just stump her with something Sailor Moon related, and then she's gonna be like, that's the game. That's gonna be the game. It's try to name something, and she's
Do
gonna
it
be
real
like,
quick.
got it. I got it.
Right now, real quick.
Sailor
All right,
Moon.
so we'll start off with the basics. So, do you have a headband? The
Yes.
oh, there you go. So do you have a phone case?
Yes.
Do you have? All right, now I'm gonna get a little bit obscure. We're gonna see if again I'm gonna try to help you. Do you have a shower curtain?
Yes.
How about a towel?
Yes, of course. It's embroidered.
All right. How about a? I'm trying to think. Help me out, guys. Start naming stuff.
I'll even give you this one. I actually have Sailor Moon toilet paper that's printed onto the toilet paper.
Oh
And
my
it's
god!
like I haven't
Oh
even.
my god!
Oh,
that's.
Oh, here you go.
I believe
You
it.
have Do you have a car seat cover?
Yeah, it comes with a matching wheel cover.
Steering wheel.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
She's not playing around.
How about a dog leash?
I don't have dogs, but I do have 2 cats, and they have cat collars that
Yeah.
represent 2 of the
Yep.
Sailor Scouts.
Yep. Of course you do.
How
Of
about
course.
Sailor Moon feminine hygiene products?
Have SpongeBob.
I'll one up you.
Oh.
Moon
Oh,
Tampon
uh-oh.
Power
Sailor Moon
Activate.
condom.
NFSW.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it.
The answer is yes.
I need to get me some Tuxedo Umino merch.
There's a lot.
All right. So what about Sailor Moon related food, like food packaged items?
Sailor Moon food packaged items,
Yes.
like a bento box.
No, like there's been times when cereals were sponsored or labeled with certain like characters and things. And if you look online, you see different restaurants with different anime themed, you know, boxes and stuff, and it's like anime cereal. Like I'm sure that if I said like there's a Sailor Moon cereal, I'm sure you would be like, "Yep, I got it. I got like 10 boxes."
Well, I don't have 10, but I have 1, but it's empty.
There you go. See, there you go. All right. So you pretty much got anything Sailor Moon related.
Pretty much.
What about like
I
a Sailor
had
Moon
the-
baby monitor?
Oh,
No, but I will make one. I will print it out and make one.
what she needs next is one of those like Sailor Moon heads where like it would be like the size that would
Oh, like she would wear it on her head and it would be like
Yeah.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah, she needs that.
Yep, I'm with it. Especially with like the
I-
bun hair.
I have a mask, and I have a paper mache one.
Wow.
all right. So
Which I
you've
made
got
myself.
Oh, what
Sailor-
about Sailor Moon cat litter? Right?
All right, you
There's
got me
2
there.
cats on Sailor Moon.
Wow, you got her. You got her there.
but
Or even
she
cat
does-
food, any kind of animal product.
But I bet you she does have a Sailor Moon bedspread.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
And of course, she's probably got like carpeting of some sort, like an area rug that's Sailor Moon related.
I actually have 4.
I would even say a tuxedo
Yeah.
mask body pillow.
Oh my god.
I don't have tuxedo masks. I'm actually more attracted to the girls.
Okay. So who's the body pillows of?
Wicked Lady,
Okay.
Sailor Moon,
I'm not surprised about Wicked Lady. So all right, Sailor Moon.
and
And who?
Venus.
Oh, okay.
That's my girl.
And
Hey, Sailor V, no problem with her.
made Sailor Moon themed Skechers shoes, and I am buying all of them.
Oh my
That's
god. You are Sailor Moon nuts.
Do you have any Sailor Moon like video game accessories, like a Sailor Moon controller or something like that?
I do for my PlayStation, and there was actually a case made for the Nintendo 64 that came out with the RPG a long time ago, and I have that too.
Of
That's
course.
That's cool.
Do you have the SNES ones?
Yes, I do.
I heard those were good games.
So the Sailor Moon RPG one is called like After Story or something like that. It actually is in a pink case, so the cartridge is pink.
That's perfect.
That's nuts. Well, we are going to end this episode here. So if you guys have anything in particular that you have in your collections, let us know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell icon so that way you get notified of upcoming videos. And guys, as always, deuces up.
Peace.
Be good to each other.
In
See
this
y'all.
trying time.
Stay corona free.